He would not defile himself with the king's choice food or with the wine which he drank. So he sought permission from the commander of the officials that he might not defile himself. But see, he's still cooperating. He's still trying to do it the right way. He's still honoring God. Yet he's still trying to work with the people and be subject to them. Do you see how diplomatic he is? Do you see how cooperative he is? Do you see how courteous he is? Do you see how he's still trying to do what's right? And in verse 9, it says, now God granted Daniel favor. If you live right and say, I will not defile myself, but I will follow, God will grant you favor. Amen. God is faithful. He's much more faithful than we are, and he will honor our faithfulness. He will honor our service unto him. God granted Daniel favor and compassion. He could have just granted him favor, but he threw compassion in there too. That's pretty cool. And in the sight of the commander of the officials. So the guy knew it and saw, wow, God is blessing these guys. Verse 10, and the commander of the officials said to Daniel, I'm afraid of my lord the king, who has appointed your food and your drink, who has appointed your food and drink. For why should he see your faces looking more haggard than the youths who are your own age? Then you would make me forfeit my head to the king. Okay, he's responsible. And if you guys don't look good, it's my head. Okay? But Daniel said to the overseer, whom the commander of the officials had appointed over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, please test your servants for 10 days. Let us be given some vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then let our appearance be observed in your presence, and the appearance of the youths who are eating the king's choice food, and deal with your servants according to what you see. So he listened to them, and he tested them for 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days, their appearance seemed better, and they were fatter than all the youths. Now in the Bible, when it says they were fatter, you're not going to get fatter by eating vegetables for 10 days. We kind of look at it literally, but it meant that they were healthier. You know, because even in those days when that meant you weren't scrawny or you weren't wilting away, I mean, you were healthy. So I think that's the interpretation from what it means there. Is they were actually, they were healthy. Good, and they were healthier than even the youths who had been eating the king's choice food. So the overseer continued to hold their choice food and wine they were drinking and kept giving them vegetables. Okay? So they're keeping to their word. And as for these 4 youths, God gave them. So now they're going to the Chaldean school and they're learning things, but it's God who gave them knowledge and intelligence in every branch of literature and wisdom. Daniel even understood all kinds of visions and dreams. In chapter 2, what's wonderful about the story, next week, Lord willing, it's not just that he interpreted the dream. He told the guy what he dreamt. Anybody can interpret a dream and make up something. But that was kind of a whack dream. It was kind of weird. I mean, no one dreams those type things. That statue, it was strange. And Daniel told him to nail it. He said, well, first he said, I'm going to go to God and pray. And then he tells him what he dreamt, and then he tells him what it meant. And the king's like, dude, that's it. I mean, and his people couldn't tell. So, but that gift came from God back here in chapter 1. Daniel understood all kinds of visions and dreams. At the end of the days, which the king had specified for presenting them, the commander of the officials presented them before Nebuchadnezzar. And the king talked with them, and out of them not one was found, like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So they entered the king's personal service. And as for every manner of wisdom and understanding about which the king consulted them, he found